Now, we are here with the difference. Okay, question number 8. Question number 8 is what, students? Question 8 states, differentiate what? Differentiate the following and give examples of each one of them. Innate and acquired immunity, active and passive immunity. Okay, let's start with 1. Innate and acquired. We are going to do difference in 2 ways. One is classical way. The other one is we are going to categorize it and make columns. Let's start. Innate immunity. Okay. This is a very interesting topic, students, and very important one as well. Okay. Innate immunity. Innate is something a person is born with. Within. Innate is within. Innate immunity will be like skin, your mucosal membranes. They are one of the types of innate immunity. Now, acquired is something you form your body. Your body is protecting you against something. So that is acquire. You develop it. That is known as acquire. So first point would be innate immunity includes all the defense elements with which an individual is born. So you are born with innate immunity. But in acquired immunity, the immunity which is acquired after, you develop it after birth, is called acquired immunity. What, students? It is called acquired immunity. Now, it consists of various types of barriers that prevent the entry of foreign antigen. Okay, so in innate immunity, you have got barriers. Like, for example, your skin is a barrier. Okay, it will not allow other organisms to directly enter into your bloodstream. So that is an innate immunity. Whereas acquired immunity is specialized cells known as T cells and B cells. Okay, they are T cells and B cells. And antibodies that circulate in the blood fluid. Okay, so T cells and B cells will circulate in your blood with antibodies. Now, in innate immunity, it stays with you throughout the life, whereas acquired immunity is short-lived or it can be lifelong. It completely depends on what you are acquiring. Okay, students, so we are done with acquired and innate. Now, we'll columnize it. Let's make categories. Woo! So, categories. It develops when innate you are born with it, acquired is after birth. Barriers are physical, for example skin, whereas in acquired they are physiological, like blood cells. Lifespan of it is lifelong, whereas acquired immunity is short-lived. Okay, students, so we are done with your difference number 1. Going ahead with difference number 2, active and passive immunity. So what does active immunity mean? Okay, active immunity is a person's own immunity. Okay, whereas passive immunity is we are taking somebody else's antibodies, injecting in ourselves and developing antibodies. So that is known as passive immunity. So in active immunity, we are supposed to write it is developed when a person's own cells, this is, remember, important, cells produce antibodies in response to infection and vaccine. Okay, so when we get vaccinized, we will develop our own antibodies. Whereas passive immunity is something that is developed when antibodies produced in other organisms are injected in person to counteract antigen such as snake venom. Okay, now if you remember, there have been a lots and lots of tales. In that tales, they always said that Chanakya was immune to poison. Why? Because he used to take poison in small quantities in his daily diet. So when he was poisoned, that poison didn't work on him. That is a classical case of passive immunity. Remember that, students. Passive immunity is we are injecting ourselves with something that is created in another organism. Okay, and then developing ourselves to counteract. That is known as passive immunity. Now, again, back to active immunity. It provides relief only after a long period of time. Whereas passive immunity will give you proper and immediate relief. Active immunity can have side effects, whereas passive immunity can cause you reactions. Active immunity is long lasting, whereas passive immunity is not long lasting, and you will have to keep on taking the doses of small antibodies. Okay, students, now let's categorize them. Okay, so we'll write the categories and columnize at active immunity and passive immunity. Antibodies are our own, whereas passive immunity, they are of others. Response to infections or vaccine, whereas this will respond to examples like snake bite and antigen, attack antigen to snake bite. Action time is slow and this is fast. Reaction time, reaction has side effects. It might have got some reactions like rashes, heartburn, or something like that. It is it long lasting? Active immunity? Yes. Passive immunity? No, it is not. What, students? It is not long lasting. Okay, students, so we are done with question number 8.